everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Carly. I'm going to be doing a we do these on Mondays, quick review video. I know there's so many videos right now on the new Glossier Ultralip product, but I did purchase one and I really wanted to take this video to not just talk about Ultralip, but compare it to some other sort of like balmy lipsticks that I have in my collection, because I found that these have been compared to a lot of different things and I actually don't really think that they're like a lot of products I've tried. So I really wanted to take this video to compare them, talk about the formula, so let's get into it. So Glossier launched Ultralip, and I would say it's been one of the biggest launches the brand has had in recent years. I certainly haven't really been excited for a lot of their launches, but I was excited for this. And I wasn't even excited at first until I saw the colors. So the component is really cute. It's really similar to their Generation G component. It's just this plastic lipstick component, aluminum eggshell, slanted tip, you know, pretty standard, but it's cute. And these are actually only $18, which I feel like maybe to some people that's pretty steep, but compared to some of the other products I'm going to talk about, I actually feel like that's a good price for this product. But I do think the packaging is like pretty reflective of that price. It's nothing like crazy special, but I will say the cap does have their logo in it, which is really cute. So Ultralip comes in 9 shades, which is amazing. I think, like I said, one of the reasons that I was so intrigued by this formula is because of the shade selection. I think that Glossier, for the most part, has really unique shades, but somehow they also end up being wearable. I think that's one of their strong suits as a brand, and so this collection is no exception. There's other shades that I would purchase in this range, but out of all of them, I went with Trench, which they describe as a toffee brown. I would 100% agree. It's basically just a yellow base. Like, there is a lot of yellow, a yellow based medium brown. I have it on my lips right now. I'd like to pair this with MAC Strip Down Liner because they're really similar in tones, but I wanted you guys to see it on my lips just as it is built up. This is like 2 coats, and as you can see, it's quite pigmented, and this color is like my dream color. One of you commented on one of our recent videos and was like, I think that you guys would love Glossier Ultralip in Trench. And I'm like, already purchased it. Absolutely. This is mine and Britta's like go-to nude shade. If there's ever a lip range that has this sort of like yellow base neutral brown, we always gravitate towards it. So I was really excited to see that. There's actually other browns in the collection even, which is really rare. I just feel like a lot of people don't do that. So I love it. The shade range leans from like very pale, like basically clear pink, all the way up to like deeper berries, deeper browns. So I really feel like this can work on a lot of skin tones, which again, I do feel like Glossier does a good job catering to a lot of skin tones, like with their color products. So I'm going to read how they describe the formula, and they say, a rich moisture of a balm, the sheen of a lipstick, and the buildable color of a lip tint without the hassle of layering multiple products. It's one tube, one step, one Ultralip. So I really do agree. I feel like this does feel nourishing, like not as nourishing as Aquaphor or like really occlusive lip mask, but nourishing enough that I would like categorize it as feeling closest to a balm. Like, it's more nourishing than a lipstick, it's more nourishing than a lip gloss, and it's more nourishing than any lip oil I've even tried. So I definitely think it's nourishing. It just definitely, like, it feels conditioning. My lips, I wouldn't say they feel like they've had like a treatment after I have this on, but they feel like a little more plump and definitely not dry. Like, you know, some tinted lip balms, you put them on and they come off and you're just like, oh, that almost feels like my lips feel drier. This definitely feels like it like conditions somewhat. And I also love that this is buildable. I think that some of the other ones I'm going to talk about are a little bit more pigmented, which is a totally, you know, different, you know, customer, but I love that this, you can like do one layer in all insert swatches, but you can do one layer and it looks pretty sheer. But as soon as you, I mean, this one is pretty pigmented, but as soon as you do 2 coats, 3 coats, it's like full opacity, like up to a lipstick, which I really love. But I know there's people out there that just want a really sheer wash of color, and you can get like a sheer, more sheer wash with one layer, which I really appreciate. Okay, so now I'm gonna kind of get into how this differs from some other products I have that are similar. So And the first thing that came to mind, probably because I bought it most recently, but the Persona E-balm, even the packaging is like super similar. This product is amazing. Britt and I have talked about it. The packaging feels like maybe a little more substantial, but it really looks really similar. And this one has a little click, and the bullet is a little bit bigger. I can insert a video of this too so you can see. The bullet's a little bigger, but I also got this in the shade Gratitude, which is the brown in the collection. Persona only comes in 3 shades, but they are really well curated. They're very beautiful. And at first I got Trench in the mail and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so similar to Persona, like in color. Like maybe I shouldn't have bought this, but I actually feel like the formulas are really different. I'm gonna swatch them right now just so I can talk to it, but I will do a video so you can see closer up. But the Persona Gratitude is a little bit more, actually like red based, and a little bit more of like a, it's just not as yellow. It's a little more red brown, and the Glossier is a bit more yellow. This one is Persona, this one on top is Glossier, and as you can see, let me add a little bit more of the Glossier. As you can see, they do have like such a similar finish. On the lips, they probably look really similar, but I do actually prefer the Glossier formula, which really shocked me because the Persona E-balm up until now was like my prime time tinted lip balm. But this one, the Persona is just a bit more slippy, which is really nice. Like it goes on and it almost does feel like a lip balm and maybe like a lip oil in one. Like it just feels really luxurious, which all Persona products do. I still love this product, like don't get me wrong. It feels really luxurious and it has that like nice little sheen, but it doesn't last as long on the lips. Like the Glossier, because I actually would describe this as like cushiony, where it like kind of grabs onto your lips and it doesn't like bleed outside your lip lines. It lasts longer, even like under my mask, I've worn it. It seems to last pretty well for like essentially a tinted lip balm. Whereas the Persona, it feels really luxurious and it feels, so nourishing, just like the Glossier. But I find that it's just thinner and a little less cushiony, so it doesn't last quite as long on the lips. But it is like more of a maybe elevated experience because it feels like so melty and it just really does feel luxurious. But I still love this product, but I wanted to compare those two because as soon as I saw them, I was like, oh wow, these are very similar. I would highly recommend both of them. Out of like all the ones I'm going to talk about, and I love the Persona almost as much as the Glossier. The other thing I wanted to mention is the Glossier is completely unscented, which I love. If you like fragrance in your lip products, maybe that would be a negative for you, but I love it. The Persona has a bit of a smell. It's like a light vanilla, so it's not bad, but I'm boring and I do kind of wish it was unscented. Okay, next I'm going to talk about the Revlon, what are these even called? They're like the High Shine Glass Lipsticks. I love these, and these are like literally $7, so if you're just trying to like save your pennies and not buy the Glossier, I mean, I think you would be highly pleased with these. Again, like similar packaging concept. It doesn't feel it feels like a little bit cheaper than the Glossier, and this is the shade Sparkling Honey. Again, it's the brown in the range, the light brown. I actually love this shade too. It is more pale than the Persona and the Glossier. It's on the bottom, but again, I'll swatch them all next to each other. It's more pale, a little more sheer, and it's not as warm. I would almost call this like cool tone brown. It is definitely not warm like the other two, but this formula is so similar to the others as well. I feel like, I'm gonna put them on. I feel like, again, which I feel like I'm gonna say this about all of them, but it feels so nice on. This one definitely isn't as nourishing as the Glossier or the Persona. I feel like it's more of a like faux treatment, if you will. It looks really pretty on the lips and it gives you that like little bit of a tinted lip balm vibe, but I definitely don't ever feel like my lips are like very nourished after. It's more of just like, it is what it is, a tinted lip balm. And it doesn't feel as cushiony. It feels, much more thin, and not as cushiony as the Glossier. So I think like that's really the biggest difference in almost all of these. I'm gonna say is that the Ultralip really surprised me on how well it like really sits down. and feels cushiony on your lips. But really great product for the price. Again, I would highly recommend, wrong cap, highly recommend this as well. Like, you really can't go wrong with any of these. Okay, and last but not least, I saw a lot of people comparing the Glossier product to the Cosmetics lip cushion. The one I have in front of me, which there's other colors that are maybe a little bit more similar, but it's Faded Clementine because it's one of my favorites. And this does have a really low melting point. The packaging is different than the rest. So it's much of a smaller bullet than the others. So it has a low melting point, much like the Ultralip, but I find these to be so much more pigmented. So I was surprised I saw so many comparison videos, because I think these are more of like a true, like I know Glossier kind of calls these like the perfect lipstick, but to me they'd still fall in like the tinted balm category. This is like a balmy lipstick because it is so pigmented. But this does have a cushion factor, more so than the rest. Like, I'd say close to the cushioniness of the Ultralip, but maybe a little less. But it does feel more like a nourishing product like the Ultralip than the other ones do. So if you're looking for something that is just as nourishing as the Ultralip, but has more color, you would love the Cosmetics lip cushion. But I just wanted to call out that I do think the actual like pigmentation level is really different in these products. So the Cosmetics is definitely more pigmented, but it does have that like really nourishing factor if you are looking for that. And real quick to touch on pricing, the Persona and the M are both $22, so more than the Glossier, but then like I said, the Revlon is only like $7 or $8, so more affordable than the Glossier. That's why I really think the Glossier, because it's my favorite out of all 4 formulas, I think $18 is a really fair price point. Okay, hope that was informative and not like a little sloppy. I really just wanted to compare all these products and just tell you how much I love the Glossier Ultralip, which really surprised me. But if you are interested, I would definitely try it out, because I feel like it is one of those Glossier products that actually will have like a following for years to come. Thank you guys. See you in the next video.